This is a hand example from late in a 90-player sit-and-go tournament. I've got myself big stacked and I am in the big blind. This is an example of a hand that I chose to slow play, and it's debatable whether I should have slow played it. I maintain that I should have, but it also illustrates the kind of suck out that you're going to have happen in larger tournaments sometimes in internet play. So I am in the big blind with 6-4 offsuit. Obviously, I'm not too thrilled about that. I get a call from a player in an early position. I'm not looking to make a move with 6-4 offsuit despite my big stack. I have him almost 3-1 in chips, so I don't want to encourage him to go all in. So the flop comes down and I flop a nut straight. I feel I've got to slow play this hand at this point. There's a $3,500 pot, and I've got to try and make this hand pay off. If I do, I can probably take all this guy's chips. So I'm going to check since the action is to me. I'm going to get a bet of 2,500, and this is where I chose to flat call. A lot of players would probably raise here. I chose to flat call and see the turn. Turns the 3 of hearts. Now here's where I probably should have pushed, although I don't think at this point it's going to make any difference. I think he's probably getting pretty close to being pot committed, but I really don't like the heart coming on the turn. So he makes a $5,000 bet. I double it to 10,000. Of course he's calling. Now obviously he's pot committed with a $28,500 pot. He's got a little under 11,000 to go. It doesn't matter what I do here. Either my straight's good, I've got a nut straight, but now as you can see I'm beaten by hearts. So I can push or I can let him push. The last 10,000 in chips is going in, I guarantee you that. So I just choose to bet the pot. He of course calls me and hits a nut flush to take a $50,000 pot from me late in the tournament. Now incidentally, I did lose a huge pot here. I ended up going to the final table of this tournament with 115,000 in chips and winning it. So I didn't allow myself to go on tilt after this, but this is a good example to where two things came into play. I slow played the hand possibly more than I should have, and he was probably going to chase a flush with his chip stack anyway. So it's a good example of how internet players will chase a flush, and it's a good example of why to not slow play your hand sometimes.